Shared governance at UVU from a faculty perspective. Let's start with thinking of shared governance as a methodology. It's a means to communicate, share some responsibilities, and share some level of power and authority. It gives us meaningful participation in institutional decision-making. Shared governance is not the same as faculty governance. Shared governance is across areas. These areas at UVU include administration, Professional Association of Campus Employees, or PACE, UVU Student Association, UVUSA, and Faculty Senate. At UVU, it's also not joint governance. There are restraints through law which we operate under. A good starting point is Utah Board of Regents, well, now Utah Board of Higher Education as of May 2020, Policy R220, Delegation of Responsibilities to the University President and Board of Trustees. That is what we operate under, and this is what it has to say. In short, the Board of Trustees advises the university president and approves, disapproves, or makes recommendations concerning initiatives brought to it by the president as follows. The Board of Trustees consults with and gives advice to the president on matters related to the institution. The president's authority to develop policy for the institution, as delegated by the board, is subject to their approval. On such matters, it is the duty of the president to prepare initiatives for response by the Board of Trustees. The board may identify certain matters for which it delegates the authority and responsibility to the president, with their approval. The board may identify certain matters or initiatives that must be recommended or approved by the Board of Trustees before the president of the institution submits them for approval. Well, what does this mean in a nutshell? Well, the Board of Trustees is in most cases the deciding body. Who is our Board of Trustees, you ask? Well, let's look. Our information can be found at our website /admin/trustees. Please note that the trustees are not chosen by anyone at UVU. They're chosen by Utah Legislature. The governor appoints the members of the board and the Board of Trustees, except for those who serve ex officio, per R220. Okay, so they have a final say in a lot of cases. What voice do we have as a faculty? That leads us to Utah Board of Regents Policy R223, Faculty and Staff Participation in Board of Trustee Meetings. Each institution shall have a faculty association, senate, or committee to provide the point of policy input to the institutional Board of Trustees from the faculty, and one for staff too. For UVU faculty, that body is Faculty Senate. This can be seen in UVU Policy 102, University Governance Committees, which notes Faculty Senate, the university entity convened by the Faculty Senate President that conveys to the university community, including the Board of Trustees, the official opinions and positions of the faculty. And what governs the function of the Faculty Senate at UVU? Well, for that we turn to UVU Policy 103, Constitution of the Faculty Senate of Utah Valley University, which notes, the Faculty Senate shall serve as a means by which the opinions and official position of the faculty may be determined and communicated to the administration of the university, and it shall serve as an entity through which faculty participate in university policy development processes. To accomplish these goals, the Faculty Senate shall develop and recommend policies for the improvement of instruction, the assessment of student learning, continuous curricular and program development and improvement. We participate in the development of policies pertaining to admission, retention, and graduation standards for undergraduate and graduate students. We develop and recommend policies to be employed in the effective recruitment and selection of academic personnel. We participate in tenure promotion and post-tenure evaluation as an advisory body for the development and review of department and university criteria. We serve as an advisory body in the resolution process of contested tenure promotion and retention actions. We recommend and or ratify faculty members to the university committee services. We promote the general welfare of the faculty, adjuncts, and library personnel. And we adopt and amend rules governing our own organization and procedures in accordance with the Constitution and university policy. And how is it determined what's talked about in Faculty Senate? For that, the agenda is set a week prior to every Faculty Senate meeting by the Faculty Senate Executive Committee, which consists of the UVU President, if desired, the Provost, Senate President, Senate Vice President, Standing Committee Chairs, more on them in a bit, and non-voting positions of Parliamentarian, Policy Liaison, Council on Academic Standards, Office of Teaching and Learning, and the Library. The agenda is shared with senators at least 3 business days before the Faculty Senate meeting, so senators have time to discuss the agenda topics with the faculty and others in their departments. And why is this important? Because the role of a faculty senator, per Policy 103, is to serve as the voice of those they represent and for the good of the university. They're responsible for relaying information to and from those that they represent. They're also responsible to be involved in policy development and their advancement. And they're responsible for attending meetings of the Faculty Senate and those of appropriate Faculty Senate standing committees and or ad hoc committees. Senators, by the way, are chosen by the department, usually by vote, to represent all faculty and others in that department. They're not chosen by the dean's office, nor by outgoing senators or the Faculty Senate body. How are Senate meetings run? Well, for this we turn to Faculty Senate bylaws. However, the bylaws are long, a little too long to be covered here, so let's summarize by saying we use Robert's Rules of Order, loosely speaking, as the official rules. A priority for us is to give input on policies, and this generally occurs over 3 meetings. The trigger is a policy or policy change hits stage 2 in the policy pipeline. Stage 1 is when the policy is being drafted. Step 1, Senate Meeting 1 for the policy. It's read and comment, aka informational item. The policy modification is introduced and a comment document is opened and shared until about 3 days before the next Senate meeting. Step 2, Senate Meeting 2 for the policy. This is debate, aka first reading and discussion. Senate discussion occurs based on the comment document to ensure the conversation stays on track. Policy stewards generally are invited and briefly explain proposed policy or policy changes. When possible, they address concerns brought up by senators via the comment document. Step 3, Senate Meeting 3 for the policy. This is motion and vote, aka action items or motions entertained. Senate finalizes any discussions as applicable and makes motions to accept, modify, or reject the comments. Then, post-Senate's approval of the comments, the policy sponsor and steward consider and potentially incorporate any recommendations from Faculty Senate, UVU USA, PACE, Academic Affairs, the deans, and the policy office. Eventually, the modified draft is then submitted to the Policy Subcommittee, for which both the Senate President and Policy Liaison are on, and President's Council for approval to move to the next stage, Stage 3, which is a campus community review. Senate is also notified as an information item when the policies move into Stage 3, and are invited to respond individually if desired, as are all others in the community. Again, the policy draft is updated based on feedback received, and eventually it's submitted to Stage 4, which is Board of Trustees review. Remember, they're the final authority on this front. The Board of Trustees may approve the policy or return it to an earlier stage for revision. If they approve, the policy becomes reality. We have a similar process for non-policy related items that need faculty input as well. And we have several standing committees, key areas that involve academic decisions at UVU, and these include the Chair of Curriculum Committee, Chair of Service and Elections Committee, Chair of the Retention, Tenure, Promotion, and Appeals Committee, Chair of Special Assignments and Investigations Committee, and Chair of the Advancement of Teaching. There's one other important body to be aware of, and that's President's Council. Presidential responsibilities are frequently exercised through President's Council, a decision-making body that advises the President on topics of significant importance and plays a central role in the university's policy process and fiscal management. The President's Council is a final decision-making body of the administration before seeking approval for appropriate policies, requisitions, and budgets for the Board of Trustees. The members of President's Council include the President, obviously, Provost, General Counsel, UVU USA President, PACE President, Faculty Senate President, and Vice Presidents. So with all that said, we have a consultative role in shared governance here at UVU. The goal overall is to have shared governance at all levels of our academic structure, department, college, school, and the university. This only works, though, if senators do their part in the department. We need to inform constituents and seek their input. It also only works when administrators, chairs, deans, and above actively seek the input of faculty and other bodies across campus. Let's do this.